Have you heard the news? Multi-Stream Machine is open for enrollment for a limited time.
If you're a product-based business owner who's ready to finally have a clear roadmap to build a sustainable and thriving business that supports itself and pays you the salary you dream of,
then you're going to want to head to multistreammachine.com and check it out. All right, now let's jump into the episode.
Welcome to the Product Boss Podcast, where we help product-based businesses grow their sales and improve their strategies.
Hey everyone, I want to introduce you to my co-host and biz bestie, Mina Kunlo-Sitep, an Amazon guru that has built a multi-six-figure product-based business.
And introducing the other half of the Product Boss, Jacqueline Snyder. She has helped launch and grow over 500 fashion apparel and accessory brands, even one of her own.
And together, we share our inventory of secret weapons that will help you dig deep and do the work it takes.
Are you ready? Let's build together.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Product Boss Podcast. I'm your host, Jacqueline Snyder, with my salesy co-host, Mina Kunlo-Sitep.
Never have I heard someone describe me like that. But okay.
Knowing how to sell, co-host.
Sales knowledgeable.
Sales smart.
Okay. All right. What was the first one that you said? Salesy?
Salesy?
Yeah. Because we're always like, without sounding salesy. So, I mean, I can be that person that without sounding salesy. CTEP. Kunlo-Sitep.
True. You could be. So we are super excited because this is the week that so many of you have been waiting for. The doors to Multi-Stream Machine are officially open. If you're listening to this in the future, I'm sorry you missed out, but click on the link in the show notes and you can get on the wait list for when the doors open again. But this
Go Ahead podcast production company, insert crowd roar here.
The fans go wild. We also do our own sound effects. That's why we get paid the big bucks. No. So we're really excited because we're welcoming the new class of 2022 in, and it is the spring class. We open the doors twice a year. The next time will be in the fall. But this is the time, my friends, this is the time that you can really change the course of your business. If you have goals for 2022, this is the time you can hit this. You can be set up to scale your business into a profitable revenue generating business without you having to spend a single cent on ads, without you having to, take all this time trying to figure out what to do and feeling like you're burnt out and spinning your wheels. And we want to save you time and we want to make you money. Does that sound good?
Yeah, count me in. And the thing is too, that we do open up the doors in the fall time, and it's because we get ready for fourth quarter, right? It's the golden quarter where you're making the most money. So the other part of it though, is that not everybody makes the most money in fourth quarter. There's another subset of people that make their most money now in the time when it's the second best consumer buying season. And that is around Mother's Day on forward. Right. So if that is you, or that if you want to make even more money beyond fourth quarter, this is, ears up, listen to this episode and sign up for Multi-Stream Machine, because this is your time to shine and get in and have your best year yet, as you think about the other times beyond fourth quarter that you can really be making money.
Yeah. And I mean, you're so busy in the fourth quarter. Well, it's great. And we've seen results. Alexandria just told us this morning, she's in Multi-Stream Machine. She signed up. The most she ever made a month was $1,000. And she signed up for Multi-Stream Machine in September of last year. And we're recording this in January. So less than 4 months. And she's now this month hit $10,000 in her business.
I know. It's insane. That was at Bosses and Breakfast this morning. And we were blown away, and we're so proud of you and we're just so excited to see where your business is even going to grow even beyond that.
And she did not say that, she's burnt out, that she is, really struggling and never sees the light of day and isn't allowed out of her room.
I'm sure she's busy, but she learned how to practice good strategy.
Yeah. So what are we going to dive into on this episode?
So today we are going to be talking about what to do and how to protect your biz when all your sales come from one place. And this is a really big topic that we're just going to hyper focus on this, because this one is going to be a really good episode about for the people that, for most of you, right? Most of you have a main stream of income or revenue. And it's, what are you supposed to do when all your sales come from one place?
Right. And how do you protect your business? So a couple examples are our Etsy sellers out there. Those of you who sell on Etsy, and a big fear a lot of times is I'm growing my business on somebody else's platform that I have no control over if they were to all of a sudden close my shop down.
Yeah.
Or take away my bestseller.
Right there.
Yeah.
Valid fear.
We've seen it. We actually have someone in our mastermind that's also a Multi-Stream Machine student that we remember that way back in the day, she told us she had 3 successful Etsy shops, and she used a word that was trademarked that she didn't realize, and they shut down her shops. That's it. There was no coming back. She had to start over. Yeah. We also see, I know a Etsy student or a student that sells on Etsy that their best seller, someone complained about it, like a trademark complaint or something like that, because that people can just do that, and the best seller got taken down. Yeah. So now the thing that they've built their business around on Etsy, you don't have control over that platform.
Yeah. And we never tell you to get off that platform. So let's say it is Etsy. So you stay on Etsy, but what is the solution to help protect you? And we say this over and over again. And that is, and I'm going to put it simply first, because, we like to keep it simple, seller around here, is to get onto more platforms. Right?
More sales channels.
Yeah. More sales channels. You need to diversify your revenue streams. Mm-hmm. So I was going to start with that, but then I thought that sounds way scary somehow.
But let's give another example. Yeah. 2020. All of you sold.
Or is that man, sound effects are hard. Was that the right tone?
I don't know, but you should get paid extra for this one because you really added in. We make $0 on our podcast, just so everyone knows. No, so 2020, everyone that was selling in person shows were canceled.
Shut down. Who would have thought that one? Right?
I mean, who would have thought any of this, really?
Who would have thought pandemic?
The scientists.
Yeah, that's true. So in-person got shut down, and it was like, whoa, what is happening?
And then retail doors. So if you were selling wholesale, and your retailers, those doors got closed. If you were doing in-person markets, farmers markets, art shows, arts and crafts, trade shows, those got canceled. Mm-hmm. So if that was your mainstream, we had a student of ours.
What if pandemic hits, which it did, and you're an Amazon seller and they're only selling essential.
Do we remember this? I mean, it's PTSD over here.
Yeah.
It's all coming back.
What is it? What did they name it?
They only sold essential items.
Yeah, essential
items. And it wasn't toilet paper.
Yes.
Because you couldn't get that.
They prioritized it for the most part. Some of them ones they did actually shut down certain categories and everything that you just couldn't get it, right? And actually, a news alert, I didn't know this, but did you know that they closed down Amazon Now during that time or last year? So now Amazon Now doesn't actually exist.
Yeah, it's all just within Amazon, and then some of them are available.
Yeah. No. Now that's why you see like DoorDash and all those rising up, doing the same thing, because Amazon, they
2-hour delivery.
Yeah, they couldn't keep up with it, right?
Yeah.
So they're having to adjust, just like we small businesses are having to adjust.
I was able to get something in LA in the same day, which is huge when you're in like a market like this. But yeah, that they also adjusted. But so Amazon, the thing is that, and also, for example, Shopify has crashed a few times, right? So even if you have your own website, a website can crash or be hacked.
Yeah.
I know this is
and
like
before
trauma.
Anybody freaks out about Shopify, that's the same with Squarespace or WooCommerce
any
or
website.
Any of them. I mean,
any website can be hacked or go down.
Yeah. Even the domain, the server, right? So like GoDaddy and all that stuff. But even like if you want to check the outages on Shopify, you can. It's all across the internet.
Remember when Multi-Stream Machine went down during our last card open?
Oh, that was ClickFunnels. That's why.
But I'm just saying, like, we also, right. Or how about, let me just keep the PTSD
thought you were talking
going.
about Kajabi, because Kajabi has never gone down.
That's where you get the course delivered to. One more traumatic experience, so we can just share about when you rely on one stream.
Okay.
Remember when Facebook and Instagram crashed?
Oh my God. And WhatsApp. We did a podcast episode on that. Yeah. So this is definitely the episode where if something comes from one place, you need to diversify where you are. This doesn't mean being everywhere, but it definitely means that you need, in order to protect yourself, you need a plan B, C, and you need to kind of, at least have a running start on some of these other platforms.
Hey, product boss. We all know that building a product-based business isn't easy, is it? But here's the truth. It doesn't have to be so hard.
In fact, when you have the right systems and support in place, you can skyrocket your sales and finally create the product business that fits your life and lifestyle. That's why we're so excited to announce that Multi-Stream Machine is officially open for enrollment for a limited time.
We've taken our 20 years of experience in building product-based businesses, including our own, which have generated millions, and created a completely turnkey system to help you scale your business and create the revenue you've dreamed of.
If you're a product-based business owner who's ready to build a sustainable and thriving business that can support itself and pay you the salary you dream of.
Or get more customers to easily find you and buy from you without spinning your wheels while stuck on social media and spending money on paid ads.
Have a clear roadmap that shows you exactly how to create a plan and sell more so you can stop guessing and start knowing.
Then you're going to want to head to multistreammachine.com and check it out.
You can go through the course at your own pace. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. And our thousands of alumni can tell you there's no other course for product-based businesses like it.
So friends, we'll see you in there. So listen, Mina and I have been navigating this with all of you for the past 2 to 10 years, depending on how long you feel it's been.
Yeah.
Since 2020. No, but we've been navigating this because we've been teaching the idea of multiple streams of revenue. We've been teaching
for
that
small
idea,
business, which is different.
Multi-stream machine, multiple streams of revenue. We've been teaching that since 2019. So we were ahead of the game, pandemic. But what we saw was it was proved. We have the normal days, right?
Proved or proven?
Proven.
That's like Layla, my daughter. She always said, but I forget it. I was like, remember, it's forget.
Willie used to say, I need my private seat. Oh yeah, you're going to get your private seat. My 3-year-old going on God knows what age. Okay. So we know the typical normal business, right? You sell on Etsy. Etsy can shut it down. You hope you have a sales rep. The sales rep no longer works.
Yeah.
For you. Like there's
which is no
things.
reason not to get on Etsy. It's no reason to get off of Etsy, right? Because things can close down.
It is what it is.
Yeah. It's part of being on other people's platforms is that they have control over it. It doesn't mean get off of it or not get on there at all.
Yeah.
The point is diversify.
And that's the norm. That's normal business. Things go in, things go out. You used to sell on flash deal sites that are no longer. Okay. So this all exists. Now, then there were all 2020, 2021 dramatics of, oh yeah, this is the reason I shouldn't solely rely on social, or this is the reason why Amazon works most days, except for during a global pandemic shutdown. So what happened and what we saw our students that thrived during this time and continue to thrive was that they pivoted quickly, or they had another stream of revenue. Maybe it wasn't the majority of their revenue, but their business was somewhere else. So for example, I know a lot of you don't build email lists, but with our students that are in Multi-Stream Machine, and let's say Facebook and Instagram went down and it was like, how do I ever talk to anybody ever again? Right? Those of you that had grown your email list or that had an email list were able to still communicate with your customers and say, oh, we're doing like an Instagram's outage sale today, or you could continue to make sure you were connected to them.
Just remember, so for all of you, even for when the pandemic first hit back in March of 2020, the easiest path forward was to go back to your existing customers. They were found on your email list. However, even when you grow an email list, you need somewhere to send them. So you need a platform to send them to. So even outside of Instagram, you're not sending them to Instagram. Where are you sending them to buy? your own website, right? Or it potentially you're sending them to Amazon, or you're sending them to your Etsy store, or you're sending them to, hey, meet me at the, whatever market that I'm going to be at, or the pop up at this retail shop, or come by and visit our address, or do curbside pickup. There has to be a place for diversification, even beyond your email list, because where are you going to send those people?
Right. Another example, one of our students really relied heavily on Facebook ads and their Shopify website.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of you you've either heard about it or you've gone through it because you advertise, saw that the algorithm changed last year with the iOS changes. And all of a sudden, Facebook wasn't working. Or we also have students that go into Facebook jail. Facebook doesn't let you advertise. So they had already built out Amazon as an alternative platform to sell on. They were not leaning into it. It was not the thing that took up most of their time.
Facebook Alcatraz.
Facebook Alcatraz. Yes, correct. Okay. They were on that island and someone sent the boat. No. And so what we said to them was, Amazon, you have it set up on Amazon. Can you then push Amazon? Can you email your customers? Because they also have an email list. Can you email your customers and tell them, hey, you can buy us now on Amazon, and send traffic there? And guess what? They doubled their business just by having, the ads weren't working. They took time to be able to finesse that and work through like getting traffic to their Shopify site again, but they were not dead in the water. They were able to transfer efforts and build another platform. So they've doubled their business just with 2 platforms.
Yeah, they did. And they just focused on those 2 platforms. You know what I would love about that story? Because the Facebook Alcatraz people, they actually, the other part of that story that we don't talk about, which is so important, is that during that time when they were pushing on the Facebook ads and they were super successful, they're getting a bunch of orders. They had a warehouse, but the warehouse depended on one guy, their guy. Remember? And he had to be out for some reason. Who knows? I mean, there's plenty of reasons why people have to be out. And they ended up having to switch over completely to Amazon to lift the weight from themselves.
To fulfill for them.
To fulfill for them. That's right. So not only is this circumstance very important for having a backup plan when it comes to sales revenue and revenue channels, but it also helps them on the fulfillment side that they actually were able to have a partner that way as well.
Right. And that's just an example of Amazon working out in terms of fulfillment.
Yeah.
And sales and visibility, for example.
Right.
So we talk about this because it's scary for all of you. We get it. It is scary when all your eggs are in one basket. If your sales are coming from one place, if your visibility and marketing is coming from one place, right? It is a scary place to be, because what if something happens? So one of the most important things, this is what we spend our lives doing with all of you every week, is trying to get you to the point of understanding that if one of these were to be knocked out, what would happen to your business? Is the basket flipped over? Are the eggs all broken and you're done?
Dead halt.
Got to start from the beginning? Or do you hit a road bump? It slows you down, but you have another place you can focus on, that you can sell from, that you can focus on, that you can keep your business chugging along while you rebuild, or you build again, but you're not, like Mina said, at a dead halt. There's still motion in your business. It is so important and crucial, no matter what stage of business you're in, whether you're starting right now and you're like, okay, I'm starting my line, and I'm starting my company, and I've got this idea and I want to sell it, and you're figuring out one place to sell. Great. You could start there, but we want you to diversify. Or you've been in business for years. You have $1 million business. You have a $4 million business. We work with so many at the top 1% on Etsy, and they are making $1 million on Etsy, and they are so scared.
Yeah.
You were making $1 million on Etsy.
Those people that are making $1 million on Etsy, or they're top 1%, they know what sells. So the other part of this is that when we're talking about diversification, it really is about, and we're teaching this. This is why I love Bestseller Secrets so much. So we're in Bestseller Secrets during the time that you're hearing this, right? And it is so impactful to businesses, because when you're diversifying, the hardest part is, where do I start? Well, you start with your best sellers, right? And we teach you the whole strategy around that and why you do it. So the top 1% of Etsy, it's not because they're selling everything to everybody. I will tell you that. It's they're selling what they're known for, and they sell more and more and more of it. And so then even when they diversify, they know what their customers want, even when it comes to other platforms. And they start with that. So the way to start is the first step. And that's to figure out what your best sellers are and how can we get you diversified in that way.
Right. So when you know what your best sellers are and you know you're selling something well on a platform, then it's, I need to add another platform, a platform or a sales channel. I need another way to sell, to get in front of other people's audiences. I need another way to convert in case something got knocked out.
Right. And I need a way to focus. Like, let's say you added on in person, right? So I need something to be able to shine in front of the others that I can talk about in my in-person things. Or I need something that I know that's going to sell that will get me into wholesale for all these boutiques, right? So you have something that you attach to that you're known for that you can diversify with. And it's going deep into, where you can start with diversification.
Because you're not going to go to a new sales platform and take your worst sellers.
So some people do that. They think that's where they can offload product is on other channels.
Growing your business, and could be a totally other podcast. Growing your business is not about offloading.
Yeah.
Growing your business is focusing on what works and selling more of what works and selling more of what works in more places. And that's what we see. And so going back to the top 1% of Etsy people that we have the privilege of working with, they are also multi-stream machine students because they have built a business to a point, and now it's what's next. Where do I diversify? So whether you've made $1,000 on Etsy or $1 million on Etsy, whether you've made $1,000 in person or $1 million in person, at some point you are going to need to think about, what do I take? Where do I take it and move it to? What do I scale in another way? How do I diversify? And that's, that is the way of business. And so we just want to make sure that we're getting our point across.
And that's your path to profit. And then you buy a multi-stream machine, you invest in it, because we can get exactly what we're talking about in this podcast episode. We can help you do it in less time, because ultimately we care about you being profitable. And we know that you care about that too.
Yeah. Like Alexandria, what we started with, $1,000. That was the max she could get in her business. She joined in September. It's January 20 something that we're recording this. So let's say exactly 4 months. And she is making $10,000 this month. That's a 10 times return. Okay, so if this resonates with you, the doors are open for Multi-Stream Machine. We want to help you grow your business, get on more platforms, save time, make more money. And if you're listening in the future, still head to multistreammachine.com, get on the wait list, and you'll know when the doors are open. We'll see you inside. Thank you for being here and listening all the way through the Product Boss podcast. If you love our show and it has helped you in any way in your business, would you mind doing 2 things for us? Subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode, and leave us a review. Reviews help other product entrepreneurs know that this is the place to be to grow their businesses and realize that they're not alone. And we know that you all know that a 5-star and honest review helps you sell more products to more people. So you know that your reviews help us reach more listeners around the world. Remember, what we give is what we receive, and we are all about helping each other in the Product Boss community. We are all in this together. We would be so appreciative of you if you could take the time right now to subscribe, leave a review, and even share this episode on social or someone you know so we can impact more lives. And remember, subscribing means that you will get notified each time we release a new episode so you never miss a thing. You have helped us grow and climb into the top 10 of all marketing podcasts, and together we can keep climbing. Thank you, friends. And remember, there is room at the top for all of us. Hey, Product Boss. We all know that building a product-based business isn't easy, is it? But here's the truth. It doesn't have to be so hard.
In fact, when you have the right systems and support in place, you can skyrocket your sales and finally create the product business that fits your life and lifestyle. That's why we're so excited to announce that Multi-Stream Machine is officially open for enrollment for a limited time.
We've taken our 20 years of experience in building product-based businesses, including our own, which have generated millions, and created a completely turnkey system to help you scale your business and create the revenue you've dreamed of.
If you're a product-based business owner who's ready to build a sustainable and thriving business that can support itself and pay you the salary you dream of.
Or get more customers to easily find you and buy from you without spinning your wheels while stuck on social media and spending money on paid ads.
Have a clear roadmap that shows you exactly how to create a plan and sell more so you can stop guessing and start knowing.
Then you're going to want to head to multistreammachine.com and check it out.
You can go through the course at your own pace, your satisfaction is guaranteed, and our thousands of alumni can tell you there's no other course for product-based businesses like it.
So friends, we'll see you in there.